Hi, I'm Christina. Today I want to share my experience with this VT Reedle Shot 100 and asking some scientific questions. I did get this Reedle Shot 100 together with a hydrogel mask in PR, which I'm very grateful for. So I just want to share my experience, make a few key points, and try to explain some of the things I have experienced with some research paper that I can find online. So disclaimer, I am just a skincare makeup enthusiast who happen to have a medical science degree. I just graduated this year in June, so I'm not a doctor, but I did observe some effect when I tried this product for 8 days, and I want to understand more and I want to know what research has been done with this product or this type of skincare methods. So the first key point I want to make is that it is indeed effective in making my skin more smooth. So I used it for 8 days. I did notice that my skin became more smooth, like eggshell smooth. It looked fresh. On the 8th day, when my hubby kissed me, he also noticed that it became smooth. He was like so smooth now. So I have looked into the mechanism of this. The spicules create microchannels in the skin, facilitating the penetration of active ingredients. And the tiny needles puncture also trigger the natural wound healing process, leading to increased skin cell turnover and therefore smooth skin. And my experience, I do agree that this is how my skin became more fresh and the skin become more smooth. However, another change that I noticed after these 8 days, or on the 8th day actually, was that my facial hair also became more rich, and when I look myself in the mirror, they became so reflective that I would notice them. But for me personally, this was never the case. Like I never had to bother about shaving my facial hair, that kind of thing. It never bothers me because I know they exist, but they don't have any color and I could not see them even I get really close in the mirror, and you know, I obsess with myself, right? I look into the mirror every day, but I didn't notice them before. On the 8th day of using this product, I noticed them become more reflective. So when I noticed it, when I did my makeup, I had a few clips that I filmed using my iPhone back camera, the macro lenses. So I got really close, and on my forehead. Here I will play the clips of the close-up, and you can see that there are some here with dark roots pops up on my forehead that I did not have before. It is not really visible like in person, even in this distance, but because I notice myself, like I look very closely on my face every day, so I did notice these changes. So maybe it bothers me a little bit, but it's not like significantly affecting me in a way. I call this a side effect. So for me, the definition of side effect is an effect that is not the intention of the product. So the intention of this product is to make your skin look more smooth and facilitate the penetration of the macromolecules that are beneficial for your skin, right? So facial hair becoming more rich and reflective is not an intentional effect. So that's why for me it's a side effect. So when I experience this, I never heard someone else talking about this, so because of a medical sciences background, I really want to look into it. Unfortunately, I graduated just this year and I don't have access to the academic institution or the subscription for academic research paper anymore. So what I will show you later is open access, meaning that you can also get the same information yourself. So I'm going to talk about the mechanism first. So if you put down what are the benefits of sponge spicules in skincare use and is it safe, it will show you the explanation powered by AI. So the needle-like structure of the spicules creates microchannels in the skin, enhancing penetration of the active ingredients. While spicules can cause minimum skin disruption, study indicates that this effect is self-limiting and the skin recovers efficiently. Safety assessments have shown that spicules containing cosmetics are generally safe, with some formulations safer than other conventional cosmetics. However, careful consideration of the spicule size and formation is necessary to balance efficiency and minimize potential irritation. I do think VT Cosmetic is trying to do this last point here, careful consideration of spicle size and formulation, because it has different levels of intensity. I got information on she saying that, you know, to do the patch test first. So I spent about 1 hour looking into 2 questions. I will start sharing with you about the hair follicle and hair growth question first. This is a platform called Elicit, and it's an AI platform with all the research paper that you can get access to, including all the summaries and abstract. So here I asked the question, how do sponge spicules in skincare affect hair follicles and hair growth? And I enter, it has a summary of the top 4 papers. It basically says further research is needed to directly assess their effect on hair follicle and growth. So currently there's no research particularly focusing on the Reedle Shot's effect on hair follicle. So go down here, you can also see that each paper, it has abstract summary. So this one here, it says not relevant to the inquiry about how sponge spicules in skincare affect hair follicles and hair growth. And the next one also not relevant. The paper is not relevant. Keep going, not relevant. And then the next one, the paper does not address the effect of this. So as you can see, this platform uses AI to summarize the key points in the paper, and none of these are relevant in terms of the question, how does this microneedling in a bottle affect hair growth and hair follicles? Since I didn't get my answer about sponge spicules, how about asking a different question, different but broader question, microneedling's effect on hair growth and hair follicle, because this was known as microneedling in a bottle. It's not exactly the same, but let's see if we can find some answers by asking a slightly different questions. So here, if I ask, how does microneedling affect hair follicle and hair growth? Here it shows a summary. Microneedling, a minimal invasive procedure involving fine needles rolled over the skin, shows promise in promoting hair growth, particularly for this condition, which, to be honest, I don't really know that much about. And it stimulates collagen formation, neovascularization, the formation of small vessels, and growth factor production, and enhancing the efficiency of other hair growth therapy. And you can read it yourself. Basically, microneedling, this as a concept. So basically, microneedling, this method, this broader method, has been proven to be able to promote hair growth, and it's helping treatments in other areas as well. So studies demonstrate that repeated microneedle stimulation activates this pathway and increases VEGF expression, leading to improved hair growth. So if you're looking into it, and if you don't know the technical term, you can always just copy and paste and Google. So VEGF is signaling protein, so vascular endothelial growth factor. I am familiar with this. Yeah, so you can always look into it like that. And again, there are most relevant papers listed down below with their summary. Yeah, microneedling combined with something else is effective in promoting hair growth. And if you found a paper, and you can also just, if you don't want to go into detail, you can always just go into the conclusion like here. Our study provides evidence that microneedle stimulation can induce hair growth via activation of this pathway and VEGF. So for the first question I want to ask for this Reedle Shot, how does it affect hair follicles and hair growth? There's currently no research to address this question, but a broader method, microneedling, has been shown to promote hair growth. Again, this is my way of trying to find answers, and this is an innovative product. Now it's a hot topic, and apparently there's no research to address this question yet. So that means further research is needed to fully understand it. And next, I also want to show you how can you do your own research, because I got a question on a comment. But actually, I watched other videos and people were talking about, how do they get out of the skin once the spicules are on your skin? So the answer to the question, based on my almost 1 hour research is that this process is not directly addressed in the research, but spicules were not present on the skin after some time. This infers that they fall off together with the dead skin cell, which is actually what the company claims. Again, I did this research without access to some really in-depth details of the research. It's open source material that I was looking at. Of course, it would be nice to have a time-lapse video, to see once the spicules get on the skin, how do they behave on the skin as time goes on, and how do they fall out of the skin, instead of just, seeing picture of on the skin and off the skin. So now I want to show you my research on how do the sponge spicules get out of the skin. If I ask this question, do sponge spicules in skin can get out of the skin and how? So it says here, these spicules can remain in the skin for up to 72 hours, enabling sustained delivery. But most of this paragraph talk about how efficient they are in delivering macromolecules. Again, it's not directly addressing the questions. And then if I move down, you can also select these papers that you are interested in. And then you can, if you get the paid version, you can chat with papers. So basically you can, on this AI platform, select these papers and ask more questions. And then this platform use AI will respond to your question based on the contents in the research paper. So you can go on and go into specific research as well. So a lot of these individual research, you can see on the abstract summary here. The paper does not address how the sponge spicules get out of the skin, and the ability to get out of the skin is not addressed. However, I found this particular paper, Skin Delivery of Hydrophilic Biomacromolecules Using Marine Sponge Spicules, and I can go into these figures and try to understand, try to find answers. How do they get out of the skin, or do they get out of the skin? Okay, this figure is an interesting one. You can see here, this picture, this image look like the spicules on the porcine skin, and subfigure C says that the spicules ultimately left the skin when the pig skin got recovered after treatment in vivo. In vivo means in the tissue, in live tissue in the body. So there you go, subfigure B. The spicules disruption on the pig skin after its topical application using this concentration, this amount, and massage mode. And then C here is after some time, the spicules ultimately left the skin after the treatment. So this directly tells me after some time, the spicules are not present on the skin anymore. Based on this information only, I cannot infer how did the spicule leave the skin, but I know after some time it's not present anymore. So it can be inferred from this that the spicule fell off together with the skin cell turnover, the dead skin cells. What's going on? For example, this is enhancement ratio of the skin conductivity. How do the products enhance the skin delivery, so-called skin conductivity? And so the top line here is the control, and then 2 ways of massaging the products into the skin. And this black line is for 2 minutes massaging. This one is 1 minute massaging. So the control was done by tape stripping here. So I did not understand what was tape stripping. So I basically copy and pasted it and Googled it. So it's non-invasive technique that use this research to remove the layer of skin using adhesive tape. Basically, you use tape to remove the top layer of skin and see if the product can penetrate your skin better. This is a control because it doesn't involve the products that's being tested. Right, that top layer of the skin, you see, you can look it up. Right here, the stratum corneum is basically the top layer of the skin, and if you go deeper, it's epidermis and dermis. Right, you can see that here, this is the control line, and massage this sponge spicules into the skin, basically help these FDs get into the skin. And the lighter the molecule is, the better penetration into the skin. Whereas control, it just stay low throughout. And again, you can find some interesting stuff. Here I'm guessing it's showing that under the control A, the molecules are not penetrating the skin as much, but here when they increase the concentration of the spicules treatment, there are more and more macromolecules that penetrated through the skin, and that's how they concluded that the use of this spicules treatment can facilitate the delivery of macromolecules. And sometimes you can find these open source paper, like the full paper as well, like if you're really interested, and you can look it up as well. So let's make a short summary. I tried this product for 8 days, and I can say that for me personally, it is effective in making my skin look and feel smooth. But I also personally experienced that my facial hair became more rich and more reflective. It seems that the facial hair grows more than before. Since I am a medical science person, I did some research into the mechanism of how it makes my skin smooth. It basically activated skin cell turnover by natural wound healing process. And the published research indeed showed that it can increase the macromolecule penetration, help the skincare product get into my skin more. That's the mechanism. And the second thing about the hair follicle and hair growth, the current research do not address this question of how does the Reedle shot affect hair growth and hair follicle. But indirectly, a broader method of microneedling has been shown to promote hair growth in other treatment. It's not the same, but it is my attempt to understand this further. Lastly, the question of how do spicules get out of skin. Based on the open source material that I was looking at, I did not find specific answer of like how did it get out of the skin, but research showed that after some time it's not present on the skin anymore. So the inferred theory is that it fell out of the skin together with the dead skin cells, which I do believe that is true because I did not experience any further irritation. It just become smooth and it didn't disturb me. Again, disclaimer, this is just my attempt as a medical science graduate to understand these innovative products because I know they're applying for a patent. I was very excited to take part in this journey or trial for the product in a way. I still am. I do not mean to criticize or anything. I just want to share my experience and share my interpretation and my research into this innovative and this new and hot topic product. It is my first time making this type of videos and I do put a lot of effort in it, and I hope you like it. I hope it's helpful. Please consider subscribing if you want to see more things like this and me trying different makeup and skincares and showing you different products, different makeup on my skin tone. Yeah, and thank you very much for watching. Bye!